So today, reading all the fallout in Reddit and Twitter and Facebook, and it's about Elon Musk and how he bought Twitter for billions of dollars, $44 billion he bought. And everybody's like beside themselves. Not everybody. I'm talking about the left. Okay, the media, they're worried that Trump's going to get his account back. They're worried about bullies and white supremacy and misogyny and all this stuff coming back to Twitter. Here's the thing. What this is doing is proving that there is one side of the country that doesn't believe in free speech. Simply doesn't believe in it. They want convenient speech. They want speech that bolsters their opinion. They want speech that fits in their little echo chamber. That goes for both sides. So we learned that free speech is really just freedom for the powers that be to demean and demonize whomever the left requires for furthering its political interests. When free speech legitimately attacks the left-wing interests, exposes hypocrisy and fraudulence, then it stops being a universal principle. And this isn't me siding either for the right or the left, but the left is basically showing their colors right now. Censorship is their ironclad order, obviously. Cancel culture, not on the side of right-wing constituents, not at all. Free speech in this country now is nothing but a cynical charade by those in power to maintain their unlawful positions of power. There are many people who wish to police speech on the internet, and they are the ones that are having a meltdown right now that they've heard that Elon Musk spent billions of dollars to buy Twitter, stating that he wishes a fair and more balanced speech on what he calls the town square. And the left-wing elite are doing everything they can to divide you. They are doing everything they can to promote hate between you. They're telling you not to think out of the box. They are telling you that you have no right to theorize or speculate or deliver alternative news because they desire control over the narrative. They believe that alternative views destroy their narrative, and they do. Okay, they want control of in a nutshell, the governing elite are running a vast and violent exploitation and extortion racket that is now in decline in the world. People are wising up to it. The decline is putting tremendous pressure on the schemes they fabricate. And the elite are desperately lashing out to slow or reverse the inevitable. Their disagreements are more urgent than ever now, and they are willing to have unprecedented adversarial battles in the open and to use us all as triggered or engaged idiots. Now, I'm not triggered. I don't care. I think I'm embarrassed more than anything else because the first thing out of the mouths of the media was, is Trump going to get his account back? Woke automatons. That's what they are. They're either triggered adversarial idiots, engaged idiots, or they're woke automatons that are proof of the broad destructive power of social engineering. Groupthink. Hiding, suppressing unsavory viewpoints are the very things social media platforms are getting more enthusiastic about. Much of it pushed on the censorious lobby that claims to have a monopoly on veracity and good behavior. We're always on the right side of history. Don't you know that? No, I don't know that. I actually had a guy one time come to me and he sat me down and he said, I want you to do a read for me. I love your voice and I want you to do a documentary read for me. And I said, what do you want to do it on? He says, how the Democrats are always on the right side of history. And I said, I can't participate in that. He said, why not? I said, because I just don't think you understand history. It's not about the Democrats or the Republicans or anything. There are people that had attitudes that consider themselves Democrats that were part of the KKK. That Lincoln was a Republican, and there were moderates from Martin Luther King to others that certainly did not necessarily stand behind the democratic views of the South, the democratic views that brought us the KKK, democratic views that to this day we were having people in Congress that were former wizards of the KKK, friends with the Clintons. Talk about your white supremacy, right? Anyway. So hiding, suppressing, canceling, all these things are what the left and the woke seem to be enthusiastic about. And if it pushes, if this buy by Elon Musk pushes it out of Twitter, and people are going to get all Twitter-pated and crazy about it. Because here they are saying, in the name of misinformation, of offense, and incitement, we want action. We want suspension. We want shadow banning. We want digital excommunication. Is that something? Digital excommunication. That sounded great. Digital excommunication in the name of safety and decency in a country that's supposed to believe in freedom of speech? Well, Elon Musk is supposed to change all this. And there are those who just won't have it. No. They won't have it. They won't tolerate it. And that's the thing, is that Twitter rules were silly rules. Facebook's rules are silly rules. All the social media and how they're eliminating any alternative viewpoints. But it's all illuminating now, isn't it? It's very illuminating that how the woke and the cancel culture and all of these whiny kids, or whatever whiny adults even, they push this shallow judgment on Elon Musk because they can't put him into a political box, because he's part Republican, part Democrat. Hell, he's from Africa, okay? He's adopted America as his home. So he's an African-American, right? And people are attacking an African-American who now owns a company, a social media company. Isn't that ironic? You know, it just means that the devil's in the details, I think. 503-225-0860. I'm going to talk about another African-American who speaks of disinformation, Mr. Barack Obama. We'll talk about what happened at Stanford when he had a big speech some 6 days ago before this big buy, and how he warned the world of disinformation killing people.